I had people telling me that my staff were selling their own ice cream in my shop, selling phone credit, selling all sorts on the menu, pocketing money.
And I went to my mom, I was like, I want to be a chef. She's like, huh? Where did this come from? You have to go to university first though. You're not doing all this. But she indulged me. I worked hard. I would work for free. Any experience I could get. While I was doing culinary school, I worked at like Billingsgate Fish Market. I used to wash plate and do like kitchen assistant. I never cried at work.
Yeah.
I never showed them that they could break me.
Mm-hmm.
I was always like, I have to do this. Because at first when I started, I was the only girl and I was the only black person. And that was very difficult for me. I had a chef one time tell me I should call him master.
I actually applied for McDonald's. Didn't go for the interview in the end.
Why?
Ice cream is a lot of science. People don't realize.
Really? It just seems like just cold milk.
Nah.
The quality of our ice cream is very rare to find in the UK.
Yeah.
It's not been that easy. I think this year has been the year we've actually made money.
Welcome to the Takeoff Experience, where I sit down with highly driven people to talk about their journey, their failures, and their successes. If you want to take off in your career, your business, your finances, or your mindset, then this podcast is for you.
Welcome back to the Takeoff Experience. We have special guests, actually. Normally have one, but we've got two amazing guests today. How are you both doing, Lisimba and Opy?
I'm great.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah? So how are both your days today?
I guess I'll go first. Yeah, no, my day's been good. Just coming from a doctor's appointment. And yeah, just came straight here and I'm good to go.
I had a viewing for an event that I'm doing in the next couple of weeks because I work as a private chef. So I went to view a venue this morning, and then the weather was acting crazy, so I went back home and I took a nap.
Okay, so you did the viewing.
I did the viewing.
You did the viewing, and
the weather.
I
was like, I was gonna work in a coffee shop till this. But then I was like, nah, I just went home and took a very long nap.
Yeah. No, the weather's crazy at the moment, and I think these are one of the things that I don't actually like about the UK. But just to go back into your stories, who would you say Opy is?
Oh, you're asking me to describe her?
No, I'm asking you to describe you.
I'm like, woo.
Maybe next time I'll do that.
But I was like, who would you say? It's like me. Okay, who would you say Opy is? Opy is a big foodie.
Mm-hmm.
Opy is slightly crazy. Opy jumps in when people are talking because she's Nigerian. Yeah, Opy's dramatic. But Opy loves food. I think the main thing is food. And I like to express myself through food. So I've worked in a lot of like fine dining scene, and I've just learned to express like my culture and what I grew up with through food, but in a different way.
Okay. Love that. Simba, what about you?
I would describe myself as also a foodie. Like I love everything about food, maybe a little too much. I guess I'll put it out there. I ripped my trousers on the way here. So, hopefully that's not showing on the camera. But yeah, that's a sign of how much I love food.
Oh my gosh.
But outside of that, I would describe myself as... I took a survey recently. Someone put me onto this, and things started to click because I started to realize that I'm a very competitive person.
Okay.
And competition is what drives me a lot. Also, I think I'm a very empathetic person. I think I'm a people person, and that's I guess it in a short summary.
That's good. Both good answers. And the reason why I say that is because you didn't describe yourselves as like roles. A lot of people, when you ask them who are you, they'll say, "Oh, I'm a this, I'm a that." They don't describe who they are. So it's good. You both know who you are.
Sure.
I learned that at the retreat, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. It's called Retreating While Black.
Retreating While Black?
Yeah, something Soho House, black people in Soho House do. And I went for one of the events and they asked us to introduce ourselves. And someone said, "Oh, I'm a content creator or something." He's like, "Nah, stop introducing yourself with what you do. It doesn't make you who you are. Like, outside of that, what is that? So That's where I learned how to introduce myself, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm learning that too, to be honest. I think it's like we say, we are not our jobs. That's something different. That's not who we are as people. So Opy, you said you're from Nigeria. Lisimba, where are you from?
Born here, parents are from Jamaica.
Okay. Were you born here, Opy, as well?
I was born in Dublin.
Dublin. Oh wow. How long did you stay out there for?
Passport.
Do you have a passport?
I just went there for the passport.
You just went there with the passport. How would you have gone there with a passport?
My mom she's like, it's a typical Nigerian mom. I want a better life for my child. So my mom was in labor here, but she got on a plane and she's like, I'm going to wear this passport.
Really?
So yeah.
That is so smart. So you got
I've
two
not
passports
been there
then?
before. Yeah. I have got 2 passports.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And Dublin, okay, see, I'm going to show how stupid I am. We're all smart. EU is still, okay,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I can go anywhere.
Wow. we should try and get another passport. That's mad. And Lisimba, so you're from where do you say parents from?
Parents from Jamaica.
Jamaica. Have you ever been?
Yes, a long time ago. I'm well overdue a trip.
Well overdue.
Yeah.
How long are we talking?
I don't think I have been for maybe 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, both my parents are there at the moment. Dad's
Having a son, right? I'm expecting.
Yeah, I always say, look, I don't think my my skin is designed for this cold.
It's not.
Even a day like today, like it's just raining buckets. I spent a few years in Ghana, and one thing I remember about being in Ghana is I never check the weather app. And then you come back here and it's like, okay, I get a notification.
Yeah, is it gonna rain?
Yeah.
Even if it tells you it's not gonna rain, it's gonna rain.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like wrapping up every 2 seconds. It's long, but it is what it is. I know their patch better than I know Jamaica, even though I haven't been there in a long time. But Dad's out there now working on his house and stuff. So, it'd be nice to go out there, go see it, and go see the homeland.
100%. Before I went to Nigeria last year, I think I hadn't gone in like 17 years. So it happens. Yeah. So I'm trying to go more often. You said something interesting though. You went to Ghana.
Yeah.
What happened there? Why Ghana? Yeah. Nothing against Ghanaians. I've got lots of Ghanaian friends.
So to I guess to condense a very long story. My friend was going out to Ghana, and I think he was going out there for like a month or so, and he was like, "Yeah, do you wanna come?" Like my best friend. So I was like, "For sure." Like I don't know any other opportunity I'm gonna get to go visit West Africa. So what better than to go with your best friend? So it's a family holiday, but I got to tag along.
Yeah.
And while I was out there, his father was out there and introduced us to some opportunities to get involved with like property and things like that. And I think we got excited by that opportunity, but we kind of slept on it. We didn't move on it because like there was just so much going on, right? But I had an amazing time in Ghana. Like Ghana is special.
Yeah.
And then we had so much fun. We decided to come back the next year. And then when we came back, like we saw like some of the opportunities that we missed, and then we were like, oh wow, no, this is like, this is like real opportunity. And within 3 months, we packed our bags and moved. And then kind of spent 3 years there.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Wow.
And then then I'm back in nice grey London.
Why did you come back? You should have stayed.
If only it was that simple. So to be transparent, when I came back was at a time when the currency started to depreciate.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, I set up like I had a shop, a restaurant over there. And because of the type of, so it was basically a Jamaican fast food kind of shop. And most of the ingredients were imported. So because of that, we were hit by the currency depreciating, because by the time I'd buy some stock and we've sold it, the money that we've made is less than what the price rise
Right.
of that product was due to
Okay.
the currency the
And that was on from the Ghanaian side, right?
Yeah.
The currency, the Ghanaian side.
yeah, the
okay.
Ghanaian
And you're
cedi.
having to buy in there, obviously convert it.
Yeah, so I'm getting cedis back, converting that into whether it's the dollar or the pound, whatever. Well, I guess the dollar, to buy those goods. And yeah, I was playing, catch up. I was chasing my own tail.
That's mad.
So at the time, I was like, okay, cool. Let me come back to London where I can get some pounds where, I don't have to worry about that. And let me like send pounds back over to prop up the business. The problem is Ghana's a place where you have to be on the ground.
Yeah.
I
have people you really trust, right?
Yes, because I had people telling me that my staff was selling their own ice cream in my shop, selling phone credit, selling all sorts on the menu, pocketing money. Like it was a lose-lose.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, at that time I just had to make the decision to just stay in London.
Wow. That's been through it, man.
It happens. It happens.
Through it. And I think it's a good experience to go through sometimes, it helps you learn. I mean, I've never been through that, but I know I want to set up some stuff there, and I always hear, oh, there's this problem. I hear through, my mum when she's doing her businesses out there. So to hear it firsthand from you as well, it shows the difficulty of it. It's not, it's not easy trying to do something.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, I perhaps might not be the best person to advise on what doing business is like there now, because I left some time ago. But, just looking back, for me, doing business there, you have to be on the ground. You have to be on the ground to just watch everything.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you find someone that you can trust. Unfortunately, it just is what it is, right? But with that said, though, I do have some ideas of other businesses that I would like to, start there in the future. No time soon, but yeah, one day.
I mean, you've got this business here. So how do you both meet?
Well, me, Chef Diaries had an event, and my friend knows him, so he invited me to the event as a birthday present. Then we met Simba there, and he was just talking about food, and he's like, oh, he has this business idea that he would like to do. Did you say something like that? Yeah, he did. And I was like, okay, let me know when you're ready. And basically messaged me like a couple of months after or a year after.
A year after, wow.
I don't think it was a year, maybe a few months, or
Like
I can't
8
remember.
or 9 months.
It was a while.
It was long. And then he messaged me like, oh, he's got a business idea. And I
Okay.
was like, okay. I like
Why
food.
Opy and nobody else?
One, I could after I did my background research, I guess looking at,
Well, you Google search me.
I looked at obviously the stuff that you made.
Or you tasted the stuff that you
Instagram
No, I
made?
search
didn't.
me.
Yeah, Instagram, looking at your stuff.
Okay. That's,
You know.
you have to do your research, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's an honor though. He's saying good things.
I
Right?
actually Google searched him.
so there you go.
Make sure you're not a murderer or something.
So after I look, her talent was just like I could see it, even though I hadn't tasted it, I could just like see her talent in an instant. But I think like outside of her talent, the biggest reason in me approaching her is, I don't know what fancy words to use, it's just her personality. Like being able to get along. To be able to get along with you is like the biggest thing. I think we literally had a conversation the other day in the car where I was saying like, how many arguments have we had? And I think, well, we have disagreements, which I think
I mean, that's got to be normal, right?
Yeah.
In business, right?
but actually like,
Huh?
It's normal.
Yeah. It's normal.
yeah,
It's normal.
but actual like disagreement, like argue, I think there might be one, but even us can't properly.
It's probably not big, and I think it sounds like you're both similar on the same page as well.
Yeah.
Both love food.
Yeah. So I mentioned the word earlier about I'm very empathetic. I feel Opy is empathetic as well,
Same.
and that is for me above everything. Like I don't know how you'll take this, but I don't want to work with mean people.
Yeah.
Even if you're kind to me and you're mean to other people, it's just about, because, you know, I see this as like, you know, fast forward 5-10 years, like a huge business employing like loads of people. It may be international, who knows? Yeah. But you have to start a culture, and that culture comes from the top, and just working with kind people is paramount for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I met some characters, so I know what I'm avoiding.
Yeah.
But that's the most paramount reason for me.
Yeah, that old school way of working, I think, is out. In with the new.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I agree. I don't like working with characters. Let's call them that.
That's it. You meet a lot of people that talk the talk and don't walk the walk, or just mean. I don't know if that's a good explanation. People that are just not kind-hearted people.
Get
you know,
rid of that in the kitchen.
Yeah. I can imagine, because we're entitled. That's the problem, right? Especially in certain countries. Here, we're entitled. And not that we're not as appreciative. Like, for example, like say you go to a restaurant, you order something, the food is good. Let's say it's 8 out of 10. Some people will be looking for that, but that 2 out of 10, start complaining about that. That's what I mean, that we're entitled.
Yeah.
Whereas across the world, there's some people that don't even get to eat that day. So there's a bit of entitlement here. Sometimes I feel like when you're so used to something, you have that entitled mentality at times.
Yeah, we are. So I guess a story on that. We had I don't know if I should say this or not. I'll just say it. We had a wedding, and when we catered for the wedding, some
You cater your ice cream for it?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We all set up now, and then these aunties came, and they were literally arguing about, because I guess it wasn't maybe very clear about where the queue started. So one decided they're gonna
Nigerian aunties.
Yeah.
one decided they're gonna swing around, and right in front of us, they started arguing about who's getting served first. Like, I can't. Do you remember what they were saying?
Then I spoke to the next person behind, and she's like, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "No, auntie, sorry, auntie, mean, I thought this guy was asking you." And she's, "Do you know who I am? Yeah, I'm the something of the bride." I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
"Sorry, ma, I'm sorry." Like, it's just like they just feel like because we're giving them a service,
Yeah.
you should bow down and rub their legs.
Yeah. It's not
You
right.
should.
Yeah.
It's not.
But
It's,
it was, yeah.
It's it kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And industry wise, it sounds like you both have experience in the food industry. So Opy, start with you first. How did you become a chef? Like, where did that journey for you begin?
That journey started when I was 6.
Okay.
Watching Food Network in Nigeria.
Nice.
I grew up in Nigeria.
Okay.
And Food Network popped on the TV, and I was like, wow, fire, knives, I love it. And I went to my mom, I was like, I want to be a chef. She's like, huh? Where did this come from? You have to go to university first, though. You're not doing all this. But she indulged me. She would take me to culinary, like summer schools. I had an auntie that used to sell food on the side of the road. She would leave me there. Since you want to learn the hard way, basically. That was my mom. My mom was strict. So aside from there, and then I went to uni in Ghana. Again, Ghana. I went to uni in Ghana for 4 years. And then when I go back, she's like, your passport is about to expire. You're going to renew. Are you going to come back? Nope. I'm going to go to culinary school. She's like, okay. You've done the degree, so you can do whatever you want now.
Wow.
So I basically came here, applied for a culinary school at Westminster, Kingsway. I got in for an international course for 1 year. I basically did a crash course because I was like, I don't want to go back to school for like 3 years. So I did a crash course. I worked hard. I would work for free. Any experience I could get. while I was doing culinary school, I worked at like Billingsgate Fish Market. I used to wash plate and do like kitchen assistant. And then my teacher got me my first job, an ex-student. He had a restaurant and I worked there for 2 years, and that was fast-paced, fine dining. I would get to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'd be leaving work at 12 midnight, 1 a.m. And I did that for 2 years, but I could feel myself burning out.
Yeah.
Because the first few months, I would go home crying. I'd be in full-blown tears. As soon as I walk out, my legs would be shaking, my hands would be shaking, and I'll be like, why am I doing this? But every time I get to East Ham, there'll be one auntie in the bus that will stop me. Why are you crying? Why? I hate my job. I hate my job. Then the next morning, I'll be like, let's go back.
Wow.
Because I never cried at work.
Yeah.
I never showed them that they could break me. I was always like, I have to do this. Because at first when I started, I was the only girl and I was the only black person. And that was very difficult for me. I had a chef one time tell me I should call him master.
You're joking.
Yeah. And I was like, do you think it's like...
In response to what? Just out of nowhere, they just said that?
He believes that I should obey everything he's doing. But I was always someone that clashed with everyone in the kitchen because I was very aggressive. Outside of the kitchen,
What did they mean aggressive? Like,
So
because they always like try to attach that. But...
I created that aggressive spirit. I know I did because I had to fight.
Okay, fair.
Outside of the kitchen, I wasn't pushy OP.
Yeah.
Or inside the kitchen,
Okay.
I would punch you. Someone called me a whore one time.
What?
I scratched his face.
Someone called, like your colleague?
Yeah, I beat him up.
Kind of, this is very toxic type of environment.
Kitchen is a toxic environment, but I beat him up, and I'm not that person.
Yeah.
But I went straight for the jugular. So I knew that I started to have traits that I normally don't have
Right, okay.
in the kitchen because I felt like I had to fight. So characters I didn't have or personalities I didn't have, as soon as I stepped in the kitchen, you would look at my face and you think I'm angry.
Yeah.
But I'm not angry. I just need to work. And I needed people to take me seriously, especially the guys. So I had to have this different persona that I was strong. But truthfully, as soon as I step out the kitchen, I'd be in tears.
Okay.
Because everything would be hurting me. But in the kitchen, I never wanted to show that side of me.
Right.
Because then they always say this, that once you get into your first kitchen, someone has to break you. But I always wanted to show them that I couldn't be broken. But I was broken too many times. But I would cry outside. Or I'd cry at home. I'll cry on my way home. So it was hard for those 2 years. I burned out. I did burn out. And I started to hate my job. But I loved cooking. The environment was just not it for me. Because they just believe that a woman's place is not in the kitchen. Especially professional kitchens. But I did work hard. I worked hard that I knew every section in the kitchen. And if someone wasn't around, I could do everything.
Yeah.
That's how much I pushed myself to show that I was good enough. And after 2 years, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So I went back to uni. I think I did a master's. I did a master's in food business management, and then COVID hit. And that was just hard because I'm a workaholic. So me not having what drives me felt like I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when we started speaking. Right before COVID is when we started speaking. So the first lockdown was a lot of testings. So while I was at home, he's at home, I'll do testings. I'll call him.
Testing the ice cream, yeah.
Testing the ice cream.
Cool.
I'll call him. I'll be like, Simba, do you want to come and pick us some ice cream? Or he'll be like, oh, I tried this. Do you want to come and pick us some ice cream?
What was the first flavor you tried to make?
Rum and raisin.
Okay. Rum and raisin.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, the way I see things is like something that's already there. It's a usual flavor.
Yeah.
I was like, I want it to be different. So when we're trying it, I would make a raisin ice cream and add like a caramel sauce or something. Still working on it, but it didn't work out for us at the first flavor. And then we started trying plantain. And I think we did almost like 4 testings of plantain before we got it.
Why didn't it work out? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, what wasn't working out with it? Was it the flavor wasn't nice? Was it just not forming correctly? What was that the problem?
It's the variation on the flavors. Ice
Okay.
cream is a lot of science. People
Is
don't
it
realize.
really? It
It's
just
a lot-
seems like just cold milk,
Nah.
frozen milk.
Ooh.
No, educate me, innit? Educate the listeners and watch it.
It's a lot of science
Yeah.
because if you put too much egg yolk, if it upsets the balance, then you're tasting like an eggy mixture.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can taste the egg. If there's too much cream, you can have an over whipped ice cream. There's too much milk, you can have like a really loose ice cream. If the temperature is not up to 82 degrees, it's not going to freeze well. It's not going to be creamy. If it's too hot before you put it in the ice cream machine, you can get ice crystals. There's like, it's a science. And personally, I hate science.
Really? But then you're a chef. Isn't that science? That's
Yes,
cooking science.
It is, but I don't.
Because when I watch some of the shows, sometimes I'm like, these guys are
I
incredible. The way they speak about is like, this is clearly a science.
But I do not like science.
All right.
But I've had to learn science because of what I enjoy to cook.
Right. Okay.
But then I don't learn it the way some people learn it. You will see people doing food science. They'll go straight. You see people doing ice cream. Some people go straight into the sciencey bits before they create their flavors.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to like the dairy-free options and stuff.
Yeah.
They will go straight into calculating before they even do their flavors.
So do you have to do that? You have to actually do.
You don't have to do
Okay.
that. So we've gone through the testing room.
Yeah.
We've done loads of tests like based on each flavor. Like we'll do a test. This doesn't work. Try another test. So for the first few months, there's a lot of waste because I couldn't get it to so many people around me. Only a few people. He couldn't get to a few people. So even if we try one flavor, it would go in the bin after and be like, try again.
Okay.
Because we didn't have that loads of people to like give to try it. I tried to give my housemates, but not everyone would take it because they were like,
They don't want to try like a random flavor. Plantain ice cream. Who came up with that? Who came up with the plantain ice cream? Who decided?
oh, you me.
Yeah.
Really? Oh man.
I was like,
Am I a fan? I need to taste it. Look, you know what? I'm crazy when it comes to food. I love food as well. This is why I'm so excited about this interview. I will taste anything.
let's hope it's still frozen because it's in my bag.
Oh, is it? Because I will eat, and honestly, I'll try anything. I've even, there's a restaurant somewhere in Central. It serve bugs.
Bugs.
Yeah. You can eat bugs. Yeah.
I'd try anything. Well, most things. I said no, not say most things.
Once,
Yeah.
once or twice. If I don't like it, I won't eat it again. If I like it, I'll keep going for it.
Sure.
The only thing I would try is raw meat. And after that, nothing else. I can't.
Really?
Especially if it's not something. Raw meat, because we do like tartar in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But that's the height. But bugs,
That's alright.
that's the height I can go. But bugs,
But apparently, bugs are apparently supposed to be good.
Except
it's also
someone-
protein.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
except I get blindfolded and they put it in my mouth and it tastes nice. And then you tell me it's bugs, then I'll be like, oh, then I'll be eating it. But if I see it, no.
Don't they do like a bug flour or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insect-
probably. I wouldn't be surprised if
There's
they did it.
insect flour. One of my
Insect
classmates.
flour.
Yeah, one of my classmates actually uses it to make cakes while I was doing the degree. So there's insect flours and stuff that you can use to make big.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Wow.
it's high in protein.
That's crazy. Thank you so much for your story, Opy. What about you, Lisimba? How did you get into the food? Because you mentioned Ghana, but before then, how did you get into this industry?
I think Ghana is the start of the whole food entering that food
Okay,
space.
why
yeah.
restaurant then? Out of everything, why did you decide to do that in Ghana?
So when I went over to Ghana, we decided to. Well, the plan was to go and get into property and things like that. And my friend's dad, he had a hotel over there. At that particular time, the restaurant part, the whole food and beverage section of the of the hotel wasn't doing well, wasn't making any money. And he basically said to me and my friend, like, yeah, take over and just run the restaurant.
Right.
And I was like, wow. And I'm very grateful for that experience because of like, I don't know anybody else that would have said, here's a whole restaurant, just go run it,
Mad.
So yeah, we were involved in everything from sorry, something just came to my mind. Just remembered. We tried to stop people stealing, and then we were hearing stories about people slipping tilapia in their pants to try and get away with it and stuff. Sorry, that just came to my mind.
This is crazy, man.
But loss prevention to changing the seating arrangements to just everything. And that's obviously what inspired the confidence to do like bars and restaurants and things like that.
Okay.
So then obviously having my own restaurant gives me further confidence. And then coming back to London, I returned into insurance because I was doing insurance before I went out there, like sales, account management, all that kind of stuff. But I felt like I just remembered what you were saying earlier about, not describing yourself by your job.
Yeah.
And for me, like doing insurance was definitely not me, and even now I feel like that with what I'm doing, which I'll get onto, is so I left the insurance to go work again in the food industry because it's like I want to open up something. I want to do something in the food industry, but if I need to do that, I need to get like up-to-date experience. Yes, I got Ghanaian experience, but UK is a different market.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to do fast food. I actually applied for McDonald's. Didn't go for the interview in the end.
Why?
Because McDonald's for me is kind of like a factory.
Yeah. I get that.
I can't lie. I really admire what McDonald's do. They just knowing a bit about the story with Ray Kroc and like the brothers and just how that grew over the years and where they came from. It's a fascinating story to me. But it just felt like a factory. So I applied and luckily I got it. I started working for Nando's. And I say luckily because like I really, just a personal opinion, I really feel that Nando's has such a unique place in culture.
Yeah.
And they've held that place for so long. And
it's like never gonna go away, and I don't know how they did it, to be honest.
So someone
just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they've been around for a while now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've been around for a while, but they just embedded themselves and they're just part of our culture.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes to Nando's.
Yeah. Everybody loves Nando's.
Yeah.
I think we're past the point where like I might not get away with taking someone on a date to Nando's. That might not work anymore. But Nando's is I think is a special place, and I was very curious just to see how they did that from the inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, just been growing through the ranks there, and learning.
Yeah. Wow. That's such a great story. And I wanted to bring it back to Ice Cream and Ting. The name, who came up with the name? Ice Cream and Ting is a sick name.
So I came up with the name Ice Cream Ting. I guess Opy didn't know this till recently. The restaurant I had in
I know, had ting in it.
Yeah, so it was called Patty and Ting. So yeah, we saw lots of Jamaican patties and roti and all that kinds of stuff. So for me, it just had and ting, so like Ice Cream and Ting. So,
because we had a lot of argument on the name.
Oh my
going
god!
Back and forth on what
Ice Cream and Ting. Keep it as that. That's such a lit name. And so you actually started a business. Did you, before the ice cream? You were sure about the ice cream. How long did it take you to be like, okay, yeah, I'm sure the ice cream. This is what it is. Let's launch a business.
Do you mean about picking ice cream as a product?
No, like your first product. Because I imagine, did you only launch one ice cream or like multiple at the same time?
We went straight in.
Is it? Did you just do like 5, 6, 7, 8?
No, like 2.
Okay, 2. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Plantain?
Oh, you just started the business straight away?
We did the testing, and while we're doing the testing, you registered as a business. Like we just went.
Oh wow! Okay, I love this. I love the
Yeah.
seriousness of this.
Yeah,
we just went straight
Wow.
in. I was like, "This is gonna work. It's gonna work."
Yeah.
At first, you wanted to do like flavor change every week. I was like, "Who's gonna do that?"
I mean, maybe in the future you can when you
Yeah.
scale up, right?
So my creative brain wasn't able to dish that out.
So cool. I think I think this speaks to, I guess, the way my brain works
Yeah.
with business. And for me, in my brain, it's like a business is never just stationary. It's never static.
Yeah.
It's forever an evolving process.
Yeah.
I won't lie. A lot of just the beginning of starting this business, we looked a lot of how the American model works.
Okay.
Because the quality of our ice cream is very rare to find in the UK.
Yeah.
We're quite comparable to some American brands,
Mm-hmm.
but in America, you have a lot of these very premium, very boutique ice cream shops that you just don't have here.
Yeah.
I won't call out brands by name, but there are some UK brands that if you taste us and taste theirs, it's a night and day difference.
Okay.
And one of the biggest reasons for that is something called overrun. And overrun is effectively where you pump a lot of air into your ice cream. So higher the overrun, the more air. So the more air it is, you're tasting air rather than ice cream.
Okay.
And that's why like the Mr. Whippy, the what do you call it? The
Soft serve.
soft serve ice cream is very cheap. Ours,
because that's all air.
it's air.
And it's
basically.
a ready mix. It's mostly milk.
Yeah. So
Did not know that.
there you
That's
go.
crazy.
Milk is cheap.
Yes, of
Soft
course.
cream is expensive.
Yeah.
So our ice cream is very thick and very decadent and very rich. We don't cut corners on the flavors that we make, and we don't pump a lot of air into it.
Yeah.
So that's why it was looking okay. What are like-minded businesses doing? And one of the ideas that I borrowed was just how they rotate
I
flavors.
was like, bro. But in the future, yes,
Yeah, look,
Definitely.
my
I'll be more comfortable.
Yeah.
my
Be sweet.
my to-do list of innovative ideas is like this long.
Yeah, it's always going to be. It's going to keep on growing.
Yeah, and I've had to cut and cut and cut and cut because of it's just minimum viable product just to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. It's not been that easy. I think this year has been the year we've actually made money.
Okay.
In the first year, we were paying rent. We weren't making any. We were giving a lot of free ice cream. I would get ice cream to anybody that would message me or even say yes, because we just wanted people to try it. But it's also keeping people addicted, kind of way, that just stay connected to us. But it's also hard because he's got work. I worked in a restaurant. I still work private. And we only get time to work on Ice Cream Ting in the weekend.
Okay, so it's only literally just the weekend for now. You're both doing it.
We're open throughout the week where
Yeah.
people can order for collection on Saturdays.
Okay.
But we only get time to make ice cream
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
Okay.
We only
Must
get
put a lot of pressure.
it is.
Yeah.
We don't have weekends.
Yeah.
Our weekend
Okay.
is work.
Yeah.
So it's like you're making ice cream on Saturday. So trying to get the word out, trying to create content, all those things is so
It's tough.
like jam packed into one day where I'm just like, can you take the camera out my face? Because he's like, if you have to get content.
So,
And I'm like, no, I need to make the ice cream.
so as you know, the world's ruled by content now,
Yeah.
right? So every 2 seconds, well, when I can, I'm not going to say that I'm there trying
Yeah.
to make content all the time. When I can, I might try and film something, but it's like, I don't know, like let's say we're making a brownie or something, right? You have to pour the flour in. So I want to do the cinematic of the flour. I turn around to get the camera. I turn around, it's already in. I'm like, Opie, come. Like, you know what I'm trying to do. And then she starts laughing.
I was like, there's no time for that. We have the kitchen from certain time to certain time. I want to get out at that certain time. I don't want to sleep here no more. Because there were times we did the market during the summer and we'd be leaving the kitchen at 12 midnight. I'd be like, yo.
Yeah, there was
I'm tired.
Yeah.
there was some long days. We get there for what, 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
And
7 a.m.
And we get left the kitchen after like midnight.
Wow.
1 o'clock.
Making ice
Just
cream.
making ice cream.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So-
But that's, you know what? That's, even though you're working that hard, you're getting a lot of orders. So people are clearly loving it, right?
It was the
They're loving what
market.
you're doing.
It was, we did Hackney Market.
Yeah. So I wanted to come to that. I couldn't, I was going to Manchester that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
But I
was-
wanted to come to that. That's
It
mad.
was really busy.
Yeah.
Like, the first day I was like, 2 tubs is fine of plantain. It's okay. 2 tubs was finished by half. Simba's like, we need to do more next week. The next week we do 4. The 4 is finished as well. I'm like,
Wow.
help.
So we'd been more busy in that market that one day than we had been for the whole year
Yeah.
online.
Wow.
You know? So
That's insane. So it's going to be, is the plan more markets then? As much as you can to get the word out.
Yeah.
like,
Let me start.
Okay.
Yes, because delivery of the ice cream is very expensive.
Okay.
So we can't deliver all around London.
Yeah.
So having that market, people that want it, it's like everyone just comes to us on that day.
Yeah.
Because it's either they've been watching our content and they want it, but we can't deliver to them. Because
Okay.
dry ice is expensive now.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one reason why markets have been good to us.
Okay.
Is there anything you add?
No, just you've basically said it. Just having somewhere regular where people can come to us has been super important, because you spoke earlier about giving people samples.
Yeah.
And one thing that we've noticed, two things: you give someone a sample and they can absolutely love it, doesn't mean they're going to buy. You know, and then we've had people telling us in our DMs, we're driving down from wherever to get plantain ice
But
cream.
we've been selling online. You didn't buy for collection.
But they'll drive.
But they will drive down
I
for
don't
the
know, maybe
market.
because you know what it is? I think sometimes when it comes to food, the truth is people prefer in person. They want to meet you guys in person. Sometimes ordering online, I'm not saying that they'll order next time now because they've met you.
Yeah.
But for them just be, okay, now I know you. It's a weird thing. But I think that's just what people are. I can know you're legit.
Yeah.
Rather than somebody fake created a page and then you're now taking my money. I think there's an element of that.
Yeah.
You know, black people as well. And I'm not saying that these were black people. We are skeptical. We're very skeptical people. We can be skeptical. So sometimes we do want to, you know, get that in-person service. Okay, that was good. I'm going to order it next time.
So on that note, I'm just going to say something. You feel free to jump in, or say no if you disagree or whatever.
Okay.
I think one important reason for choosing to do ice cream, we understand that black people, I say black people is quite a general term, people that understand or know these flavors, or from parts of the world that know our flavors, will be able to relate very easily.
Yeah.
So when we have a big sign saying plantain ice cream, someone walks past, like, plantain? Are you sure? I got a taste that it captivates them immediately. Okay. But with that said, we also understand that us as a community are very small within the UK. Mm-hmm. So ice cream was always going to be a stepping stone to introduce other cultures into our flavors. So it, like, the ball doesn't just stop with our community. Our aim is to, you know, go beyond, introduce it to other cultures as well.
Love that.
Because I like, just to be very blunt, that's where the money is.
Yeah. We also get people that will be like, I don't want you to spoil the taste of plantain in my mouth. You get people, as black people, they be like, I already like fried plantain, don't come and spoil it. And I'm like, try it. I've forced so many people in the market to try stuff they don't want to try. I'm very convincing. I'm like, try it. If you try it, I will pay for the ice cream you're about to buy. And then they will try it, they'll be like, it's actually nice.
You know, sorry, go on, let you finish.
Wait. Is it the mom that bought that?
Yeah. How did you know?
We had a mom that her children had bought ice cream from another, like, normal store, chocolate mint. And then she's walking past, she sees plantain. She says, can I try it? She's trying it. She said, thank God I didn't buy your own ice cream. I'm buying my own from Ice Cream Ting, because all her kids and whoever was with her already bought ice cream from the other place. She was dancing and they were looking at her like...
Yeah, because they already had ice cream. They couldn't get
like, why would you do this to us? We didn't know you were here. I'm like, I'm sorry. And the kids looked so annoyed.
Yeah.
Because they tried it and they were like...
Because I'm sure she was even happy that she saved money. Because there's like, what, 4, 5... There's about 5
Yeah,
kids or something.
and she got like 2 huge scoops. She's like, don't worry, I'll share it with them. They look so sad.
It's crazy.
But yeah, the flavors are different. Like cacao powder is from like Ghana and Kenya.
Yeah.
The coffee we used the last time was from Ethiopia. There's also the need for us in at least one ingredient is from one African or Caribbean country or Jamaica or somewhere. Like, so that when somebody else that doesn't know what plantain is or doesn't know what Ethiopian coffee tastes like, when they try it will be like, oh, it's an Ethiopian coffee blend. It's from this company. Or this is where our plantain is from. Or we use plantain. We use hibiscus. So yeah,
Wow, I love that. It's great. I like the fact that you're incorporating flavors from across the world. Like, it's amazing. That sounds so amazing. I feel like, with ice cream, it's such an interesting thing because I feel like ice cream is a big thing. Like I had ice cream in Nigeria, but it wasn't like, it's not like it wasn't different flavor. It was just your normal flavors. But from that side of it, what do you have planned next?
Flavors?
No, just
In
generally,
general?
yeah.
Just regular spot, more markets. We do have some more flavors coming as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess one of them that I'm really very excited about is a soursop mojito.
Wow.
That that one is really nice. Also the sticky Jamaican rum cake flavor as well.
Wow.
That we've got.
It's like a Jamaican rum cake with like a vanilla ice cream and some caramelized apple syrup over
Looking
it.
forward to
So
seeing
yeah,
that.
we have a pumpkin spice where it's there, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a pumpkin spice person. This is another thing that's hard with like recipe development. My taste buds is fully Nigerian. I eat rice and stew almost every day. Like I eat eba and egusi for breakfast.
Yeah.
Like my taste buds is very.
That's a bit much though.
I'm telling you, my taste bud is. I'm someone that lands in Lagos and goes straight to the Amala spot between a couple of hours. My taste bud is very Nigerian.
Yeah.
So since I started working in the kitchen, I tried to learn how to taste things. So the pumpkin spice one, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to say it's a win.
Right.
So I'm like, give it to someone to try. Let's give it to people. So we just message randomly, do you want to try ice cream? Because sometimes I need somebody else's opinion to tell me that it's great.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I did the plantain first, I was like, oh, it tastes nice. But to me, I wasn't sure. But till I gave it to him, he's like, it's a win. But to me, I'm like, is it there? I don't think it's there.
Okay.
So it's like, I think that's also the chef. Every chef is always criticizing himself and you're your biggest critique. Sometimes I'm just like, it's not it. So the pumpkin spice one, I was like, it's okay. Because I don't know what pumpkin spice meant to taste like. Because I've never really tried it. But Simba's like, I think it needs something else. So we're like, okay, let's put on a pause. Give some people to try it. And then we get feedback back. Then I'll know if I need to add some stuff to it.
Yeah.
And get other people's opinions.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Definitely don't rush the process because once you put it out there, it's out there, right?
Yeah. I think that's the first 2-3 flavors got a lot of love. Because we spent so much time on them. The next ones are more of less. I've learnt our base ice cream mix. Like we now have a signature base ice cream mix that goes with anything. So it's now what to add into it, how to incorporate it into something else. So now it's more working on flavor pairings. And sometimes I might go a bit fine dining edge. And Simba's like, come back. It's too fancy. Or he's like, it sounds expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I need to slow down. Because sometimes kitchen-wise as well, the fine dining side would just be in my head. I'll be like, oh, let's give them some caramelized white chocolate, something. And he's like, it sounds great.
It's not. I love it.
I know you love it. It's expensive.
But I'm also very, and this is something we've had disagreements about, trying to understand what the mass market might want on the ice cream. So as an example, I got shot
toppings.
Yeah, I got shot for suggesting sprinkles. Because obviously,
I was like, hell nah.
Sprinkles is not fine dining.
Yeah.
It's not premium.
It's not.
Except I make premium popping candy sprinkles. Do you get what I mean?
So this is an insight.
Yeah. On what we have arguments on. Because I'm like, hell no, is no one going to come to the store and ask for sprinkles? I don't do sprinkles. I'm top class. Do you know who I am? Let me do like the Nigerian aunties. Do you know what I make? No, I can't do sprinkles. But we spoke. I said,
yeah, we've got, with that said, we have many things planned.
Yeah.
It's just about doing it at the right time.
Yeah.
Also, getting time is hard.
Yeah.
Trying to juggle like jobs. Before I had like 3 jobs and the ice cream.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like the first few years, especially when you're not paying yourself as the people working in the business, it's really hard because it feels like you're putting a lot of energy into something, but you don't really get anything back. But we get love back.
You get a lot of love, and I think you'll definitely get a lot back. I think it's just a matter of just keep pushing. You know, business, I don't think anything worth having anyway is going to be done in a short amount of time.
True.
You have to just keep on plugging, and like you said, you got the reception right. You've now proved the concept. You've done a few market stores. It's worked out well.
Yeah.
I think it'll continue to go well for you, and obviously I wish you luck. Obviously I'm gonna taste the ice cream. I'll get some for my wife too. I know. I told her about it. She's looking forward to it. So it's gonna be cool. But we're definitely gonna do a part 2 in the future as well. And I'm wishing you both much more success. I'll plug Ice Cream and Ting everywhere as well. I love the name. I love the Ice Cream and Ting. It's so sick. But thank you both so much for coming on. Listeners, watchers, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Takeoff Experience. And we'll see you next week.